All right, that's the sound of Third World in the background as we say hello and good night and welcome to night number 2 in our live outside broadcast from here at Reggae Sumfest 2024. My name is Richie B, and here you are with me on RichieBRadio.com. And of course, we are going to be taking you through the paces, making sure that you get a feel of the energy, the vibe here inside of Montego Bay on night number 2, the grand finale, some would say, here at Reggae Sumfest 2024. Last night was awesome. With the exception of the mud that we all encountered, some fantastic performances, and I might tell you 1 or 2 absences. There is some rumor going the rounds that one of the artists who did not get a chance to perform, meaning Valiant, that he was in a kerfuffle with the security officers, and as a result, he was prevented from actually working the show last night. That is not a good look for a young man's career with so much promise. And of course, one that so many of the fans here at Reggae Sumfest would have been looking forward to seeing. But the word is that there was an incident that caused the security officers to say, not tonight. You will not be touching that stage. And so he left many of his adoring fans quite disappointed. Now, we understand too that there was another absentee, that was Jada Kingdom. The word is not yet known as to exactly what might have caused her absence. But in the absence of those two big names on the bill, there were some scintillating performances on a great night of reggae and dance hall here inside of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Joining me tonight, of course, is Jeff Brown. We have Craig Williams. We have Richie Rainford. And, of course, the other members of my team will be joining me in a little while from now. Earlier this afternoon, Montego Bay had some showers. That caused me to be very, very concerned because we know what the showers do to the venue here at Catherine Hall Entertainment Center. And we had a heavy shower, really heavy shower earlier on today. So let me just tell you straight up, all of those who are making your way down to Montego Bay, making your way to the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center, make sure you dress smart, dress for the weather. Make sure I spoke to somebody in Kingston earlier who said they're going to one of the footwear stores to get, what do you call it, goloshes? Yeah, they were going to buy a pair of galoshes just to make sure that they can manage the heavy weather, the mud that they might encounter, and it has definitely not gone away. So come on out to have a good time, but dress for the weather. And remember, it's slippery and wet, so we don't want anyone to be falling and tripping and hitting the mud. All right, we have a wicked lineup of artists here tonight. Of course, many people are looking forward to seeing the chairman of the board, Beresford Hammond. He is definitely going to be one of the big names to look forward to tonight. We have, of course, Babyface, also another big name coming in from the United States of America. I just saw Jay Edge that was on the stage. The show started tonight pretty much at 9 o'clock, and that is a good look for a professional run festival. Starting on time is definitely one way to connect with the loyal fans. And so right now I think on the stage is Young Lion, and you can see that from his red, green and gold turban and the way he jumps on the stage. That has not changed. Tonight's lineup also features the likes of West Rock, Christopher Ellis. The 80s 90s gold school segment has people like Peter Metro and Anthony Malvo and Wickerman that will be taking you through the hits that they gave us in the 1980s and the 1990s. We've got a beautiful lady out of Western Jamaica who's one of the finest vocalists on local soil. Her name is Savannah, and Savannah will be rocking the house tonight. Ras I is also on schedule, and so is a man I believe is going to cause some degree of excitement and possibly controversy because we know what happened the last time, or some years ago, when he was on stage with Sizzla Kalonji, and the fight that took place. He has been talking it up recently. He has been mentioning it in interviews, and I would not be surprised if he decides to say a few things lyrically during his performance about that. We're talking about a Rastaman who has a brand new album that he came out with a few days ago for Tats Records. That's Norris Man. Expect a big performance from him. Last night when I spoke spoke with Anthony Turner, trying to pick his brain as to exactly what Niger Boy has in store. What he called it, an intergalactic kind of performance. What does that mean, listeners? Can you send me a message and tell me what that might mean? Niger Boy promising an intergalactic type of performance. That is definitely something to behold. We have Beresford Hammond, as we mentioned. We've got Babyface. We've got Diani, and Luciano the Messenger will be closing out the night. I can tell you that the information has gone public that Anthony B is going to be absent tonight, unfortunately. If you recall last night when I was talking about the expectations for tonight, I did mention that one of my big stars that I expect to shine would be Anthony B. He's a conscious Rasta man. He's very energetic with his performances, but unfortunately, it is believed that he might have had a medical procedure, and as a result, is not well enough to perform at Reggae Sumfest. But as I said, the messenger Luciano will definitely be here, and it might become his responsibility, that is Luciano's, to close the show tonight. Now, tonight's show is, as last night was, sponsored by Down Sound Entertainment, Caribbean Airlines, H&L Rapid True Value. We've got on board VP Records, Rooter King Plumbers out of Atlanta, Georgia. We thank Pandemic Records, also Ward's Power Tools and Services. We thank Tony Ward's Auto and Service Center, Sea Garden Beach Resort, and of course Toby's Resort and Richie B's Liquor Center. All of what we're doing here tonight is definitely on our radio station, www.richiebradio.com, and remember, you'll see most of what we do on our YouTube channel, which is at Richie B Radio. We thank our international partners, as per usual, out of New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, and even portions of Pennsylvania. A big thank you, a roadblock kind of big up to roadblockradio.com. They are carrying us live all across the tri-state area on 101.1 on the FM band, HD3 WCBS, and definitely are making a big mark in the tri-state area for a new station. Let me tell you something, they're being talked about a lot, and we are very happy to be a part of that team as they take our coverage and our vibe or programs out of Jamaica into the tri-state area. Big respects and thank you very much, G City and Mrs. Rankin and the crew at Roadblock Radio. We had a conversation with the boss there earlier today, and he pointed out a few things, and I know that he's watching right now, and he must be saying, okay, Richard did the shift. Yes, G, I did the shift, and I know that you have absolutely nothing to complain about, so keep it locked, because we definitely are in on this in a big way. All right, we also want to say we are being carried live in the UK, the United Kingdom, that is, on www.silkradiouk.com. We are being carried live out of Toronto, Canada on reggaenorthradio.com. And if that was not enough, deeper penetration into the Jamaican diaspora, as we are in Las Vegas, Nevada, on the west side of the US of A, on linkentertainmentglobal.com. It promises to be a great night. Remind me to tell you how I got lost in Montego Bay today. I felt I know the city enough that I could go over to Megamart, and since my sons put in an order for some snacks, I said, all right, I'll pick them up for them, as I needed to pick up some press passes for two other members of my team. And on exiting the car park at Megamart, I seem to have made the wrong turn. And I was driving for a while, figuring that everything is all right. I don't know, Jeff, I might have been close to Savlamar. No, a little exaggeration. Quite a bit of exaggeration, as a matter of fact. But I realized eventually that I was off course. And so I pulled over to two beautiful ladies that were close enough. And I said, hello, where do I find Catherine Hall, where Sumfest is being held? And they said, hey, listen, turn back, you're off course, go in the other direction, go through one light, go through the roundabout, and then continue straight up, and you'll find it. And that is exactly what I did. I want to also say thank you to some members of the security team. that are working in the car park. Like I said, people, we're not over-exaggerating. It is a wet night. It is not raining, but the ground is wet, and there's some mud that you will encounter as you enter. Jackie Williams is showing me her sneakers that she had from last night. It looks better than mine does, as a matter of fact, Jackie, because mine is covered in mud. What was a black pair of sneakers, Lacoste, that is now looking like a brown pair of shoes. So it is that kind of night. But I want to say hi to Swaby and two of the other security officers who said, Richie, why you come so late? Well, they're talking about the fact that if I wanted a good parking spot, I should be here from like 7 or 7:30. Brethren, I was up until after 4 this morning, and then I got 2 hours shut-eye. Then I had to do a morning radio program from the lobby of the Sea Gardens Beach Resort, my Jamaica Music Countdown chart show. So I got into my room and was in bed at 4 o'clock. Then I had to get up by 6 to pick up Richie Rainford, who was staying at another property, to bring him over to my property where I was staying at Sea Garden, and then we did a 3-hour show, and here I am after getting very little rest. And remember, I also got lost in the in the midst of all of that. So, come tell me what I should be here from what, 7:30, 8? No, I sign on at 9 o'clock, and I'm to be here at about 10 to 9, you know what I mean? Well, the police officers pulled me to have a conversation earlier, and I stopped and spoke with them about some of the security issues that they have to grapple with in Montego Bay, if you know what I mean, Craig. So, yeah, they were saying that, listen, man, when you get on your radio station, remind people that security is of paramount importance, and you need to behave yourselves, follow the rules, and don't expect that you can beat them, because they're going to beat you in the long run. So by having done all of that, we were able to sign on at 9:15. I feel good about that. And I don't think any of the members of my team are interested in whether it be writing me a reprimand letter or firing me. It's not looking like that. So I think my job is secure as far as the look on the faces of my team is concerned. Andrew, good night. Big up yourself and the rest of the team. So we are still inside of an air-conditioned, I don't like to say it boastfully, but it is the only booth in the media tent that has its own air-conditioned unit. I get a round of applause for that. Last night I speculated whether or not it was by coincidence, but tonight I'm convinced, having had conversations with members of the team, that they are so appreciative of what we have been doing on Richie B Radio leading up to this to these nights, that they ensured, as we see Jerome Hamilton from Headline Entertainment, George Crooks from Jammins Entertainment standing by. Yeah, they wanted to make sure that we are very comfortable, and we're not saying that boastfully, we're saying that humbly and graciously, that we thank you for, amidst the general air conditioning that is provided, we have our own unit as well inside of our booth, so we're keeping very cool. Jerome, what's up? As you're popping by, we don't see our friends in the building and don't hand a microphone and say, what's up, boss? How are you, Jerome?
I'm wonderful, I'm wonderful. Hello, our listeners out there.
Yes, sir. Look at where we're talking about, Jerome. RichieBRadio.com. And you see them. We're all across New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. We are live on the internet, and we're live on 101.1 on the FM band across the tri-state area. Anywhere else that you're seeing?
Well, Richie, I see United Kingdom.
Yes.
I see we're going over to North America. We're in Toronto. We go over to the other side of North America in the US. We're in Las Vegas. Yeah. But I must say, I'm not surprised, and to me, that's the next step. You've always been a trendsetter in radio. Yes. I've had the pleasure to see you in so many spaces and so many ways. So I think this is a great transition, and I'm expecting the next time I come here next year, based on your product and your method, that we'll have many more outlets that we'll go to. But I congratulate and I look forward to the growth.
Thank you very much. Now, let me just tell you that Jerome is one of those persons in the business. I have nothing bad to say about this man. He has given me nothing but encouragement. And in a few instances, you have put some money in my pocket by booking me for various events as a host. So I want to thank you for what you've done for my career in terms of support through the years. What's happening with you? How's everything, bro?
Well, most things are good. You know, we're very proud tonight. We're one of the companies that has been the foundation of the music business from the 90s.
Yes, headline
and maintain
entertainment.
a presence, maintain an office, maintain a representation, and fortunate enough to work with big events, Sumfest, among many others, and so on. And we're doing well. We're glad to see the music and where it is. We're hoping for some more growth. But overall, we're still glad that Jamaican music has an international presence. We'd like to see it grow better and bigger, but it still has an international presence. Why we can have festivals like this, and why for some of others like myself, more importantly, we can have similar festivals right across the world because of the popularity of the music from a small island that defy the odds.
Yeah. You think what Buju Banton achieved recently at the UBS Arena has somewhat changed the game and allowed for the international markets to look at us differently and look to other stars to do likewise, open up new doors?
I think it has done a lot. To be fair, the music has suffered a lot. I mean, we don't tour as much as we used to in North America. I think, to be frank, Buju, who just announced a new tour, is the last traditional dancehall artist that toured in America. And we're talking 15
years ago?
15 years ago, at least. So when you bear that in mind, then you realize the significance of it. What his concert has done has shone a lot of light back on the music. His situation is unique. We can't take away from it how long he's been away. His reputation has grown. He's always been a great artist. So a lot of things align for that.
Yes.
But to see such a show go to that venue, this is a venue, I represent a lot of people. I represent Sean, I represent the Marleys and so on.
Yes.
But it's not every day you get this kind of show going into this kind of venue at those ticket prices. And on top of that, it's selling out. It's unique. So it's a false high in some ways, but it brings attention to the music. I opened Billboard magazine for the week. I looked in, well, not the magazine, but online. I looked at Rolling Stones online. I look at Variety online. And all of them had a story about the concert. All of them made a reference to it. So on the main page of Billboard, it was there. So it's good for the music.
Absolutely.
And we need it.
Yeah, and we hope that it will translate into good numbers as he goes on tour as well, because a lot of us will be watching to see whether or not he can pull similar numbers at these arenas that he'll be performing at.
And we need it. We need it. And I say this, we need it more than for Buju, because Buju has a legacy and a history. I'm hoping that when Buju does that tour, then there's another artist that comes out next year and do a North American tour on a level like that. Because when we take out Buju, Beres, who is on tonight, who is going on tour again, and a couple other names, we're not touring. So this Buju's success here is very important. YG Marley doing reggae and being successful is important.
Big.
Because we're fighting for space, and we have to admit it. When reggae came around a couple of years ago, we didn't have the presence of reggaeton, Latin music where it is now. We didn't have the presence of Afrobeat. An interesting thing that you and I know about is that both of them have their birth in our music.
Absolutely.
But now we're competing as a small family member, as a little cousin. So we're fighting for some of that space. So while I enjoy it now, I'm personally a little worried about the success of the music and the longevity. So I'm hoping that these things, what's happening in Buju, what is happening now in some of the spaces, will keep you and I working for longer. But more importantly, open a bigger space for a younger generation from a country where music is so important.
And my final point before you dash off, Jerome, I want to commend publicly Sean Paul. I call him the king of collaborations. He's currently on tour, isn't he, of North America? And as you talk about the next generation and so on, Sean Paul is doing a lot to unearth talent, work with new talent, and giving exposure to younger artists who he takes on tour, thereof not just to Ching Ching, but several others, to allow them to see the bigger picture and to aspire to the kind of greatness that he has achieved. And when you see him, you see more often than I do, give give him my heartiest congratulations. I'm so proud of him.
I will, and if you allow me to indulge, I'm fortunate enough to be working with Sean Paul from maybe his third record.
Wow.
And we have had a long, continuous relationship. And he's a standout in so many ways. I've been fortunate enough to work with many artists, but apart from his humility, his commitment to his craft, you know. Sean celebrated his 51st birthday. A lot of our legends are up there. But the commitment, he did a 22-city U.S. tour. He's now on a 15-city European tour. So he's actually in Europe now. He performs in Belgium tonight, or performed earlier tonight. And he comes back and then he's going on a 12-city Canadian tour.
Wow.
And then after that, he's going on to his Asia tour. But he's been a consistent performer. And he's contributed so much to the space, and I've never gotten certain credit, but he doesn't do it for the credit. He does it for the success of the music. So I'll certainly pass it on.
Yes.
And I remember he spoke to one time years ago when you played this song on radio. So you're one of those who helped to contribute to his growth and believed in him when a lot of people saw him but didn't understand.
Yeah, man.
And the last thing, one of the things he's done, he's invested back in the music. A lot of people, I want to say this here, he's the most successful artist that still lives in Jamaica, because a host of the top line artists do not live in Jamaica. And he's never moved from Jamaica, and he'll never will. But he invests in, he's open 2 studios, and he takes talent on the road. His last tour he had 5. He has 3. He has this young talent, Jay Calm, he's working with.
Very talented young man.
Very well. He's doing a lot of work with us. But he invests back a lot in the music quietly, and he invests a lot. Alpha has a summer program to teach kids from the inner city. He sponsors it entirely every year. Equipment and all.
Yeah, so and let him know that the things that he's doing is not going unnoticed. Wonderful. And it is striking a very positive chord with many of us. And this is why I thought I'd bring it up here tonight with you.
Yeah, man. He's worthy of praise.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Last night I saw Carlet. Tonight I'm seeing you. We're good to go.
It's a pleasure.
Every time, Jerome. Take care, bro.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jerome Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Richie B Radio. George Crooks is in the building. If you don't know him, now you will. Here's a promoter who has been dedicated as a promoter to the game and has brought some of the biggest artists in several places, mostly in the United States of America, but his reach is international. And George Crooks is in Jamaica right now on my platform. That makes me feel very, very proud.
The other man, Mr. have a air conditioned tent in the middle of a football field. I don't understand that.
I don't get it either, but before the night is out, I might be able to have a clearer picture.
95 degrees outside. I'm wearing air condition.
George, how are you, my brother?
I'm great.
Yeah, man, welcome home.
Thank you, sir.
Have you been to Portland since you got here?
Yes.
Okay.
First day I come in, the first thing I did was go to
All right, and that is my parish, so...
Yeah, jump in the river, Rio Grande.
What? Great stuff, man, great stuff. George, you came down to Jamaica, you stopped by my office, and you said, Richie, we have been doing stuff over the years. You've brought me into several shows as an MC, fly me into the tri-state area. We've worked together, and there's no problem that we've ever had. And you said to me, we've got 3 shows with Beresford Hammond and Mikey Spice that are coming up in the tri-state area. I want you on board. And I am on board because you've done the right thing. How are these promotions coming along?
Great.
Tell us about it.
Great. Connecticut, underwear being sold out. Jersey, sold out right now. New York getting there.
Wow. That is fantastic news. Give us the dates and the venues, please, George, and tell us what the lineup is like.
College Street Theatre, 1st of August. Mikey Spice, Barry Salmon. Full concert.
Okay.
Everybody get their time because, I don't do a lot of artists.
Yes.
And, NJ Pack. This is our 18 years at NJ Pack that we sell up. Coney Island is about 15 years. We've been selling out Coney Island amphitheater. So, this never miss.
Yeah, yeah. You have a very special relationship with Beresford Hammond. It goes way back. And
it goes way back. We play Louis Domino. I need fish and chat nonsense.
Yes.
Tell stories.
So, but it's not just the friendship, I suspect. The business side of it also works very well for both of you.
Yeah, because you see, as long as I know Beres, I've never asked Beres for a show. I always go to his management and say, I have this date. Let's work it out.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And it always happens. No problems whatsoever.
No problem.
And would you say that Barris is a good artist to bank on as a promoter?
Great artist. He's one of the few human beings that's very loyal.
Yes.
I've been doing Barry Salmon for about 25 years. Years now in New York City.
Yeah.
And Florida, New Jersey, Connecticut. And the only time Barry's, if I'm not doing the show, I let him know I'm not working. That's the only time another promoter get it.
Okay, just that is so right. We hear the talk. We hear the talk, George. They say it on the street. They say nobody can get buried in New York unless it's this man that I'm talking to. But you know, Barris has been a very loyal supporter of mine as well. I remember when I was celebrating my 15th anniversary in radio. At that time, I think myself and Jeff Brown were at the same station. So, you know, that's a long time ago. And I called up Barris and I said, listen, Barris, I've been around for 15 years supporting your music. I want you on board. He says, what's the date and where's the venue? And the rest is history. We actually took him down to the Americana Hotel in Ocho Rios, which is now the Jamaica Grand, by the way. And we put on a concert with himself and Luciano, two of the big names that are actually on tonight. And I made some money off of that show. Big up Barris and big up Lucy. But what are your expectations for them here at Reggae Sumfest tonight?
It's going to be mind-blowing. I mean, Barris going to bring the heat. No doubt about that. You know, and Barris is Barris. You know, ladies love him.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people are asking whether or not it will be Babyface or it will be Barris. I don't know why they're going there.
Barris every time.
All right. He's going there. Without a doubt.
No doubt.
Yes. Hands down.
Every time.
All right. George, we're going to be doing a lot more. Mikey Spice has come out with a brand new song, which he sent to me. It's called Money Talks. Money Talks, finally.
Finally.
Yes, and I premiered it. Yeah, man, I premiered it a few days ago, and I think he has got another big hit on his hands. He's dabbling once again in Neil Diamond's catalog, having had a song called I Am I Said, which was done by Neil Diamond and went to the top of the charts, and now he has another one that he has covered, Money Talks. Watch out for it, listeners. It's going to be a big one.
By the way, Mikey Spice says he wants more time on the shows.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got some plans. He deserves it. He deserves it. He's one of the finest, great artist, great vocalist, and I think he's going to do well.
Great musician.
Great combination you have too with Mikey Spice and Barris. Final words before you go, George.
Well, I want to thank everybody who supported the shows over the years. Big up the University of the West Indies. All the kids that got scholarship through Barry Salmon shows over the past 15 years. Big them up.
Yeah, man.
Education is life.
Every time. George, we won't be making it, unfortunately, to these shows, but we'll get a chance to work again in the near future.
You're going to make it, Richie.
All right.
I talked to G City, I'm sending the Learjet for you.
Okay, now I know. G, you didn't tell me that, but now I know. All right, so Beresford Hammond, early August in the tri-state area, something to behold, something to look out for, and I'm sure that we will be giving those shows the same kind of reviews that we have given the Buju Banton show, because I think there will be sold-out events that that will leave many adoring fans satisfied for days and weeks and months and even years. Big respects every time. Well, I'm surprising myself. I did at least half an hour, and my voice is still intact, somewhat. We have a lot more to go. The artists are performing and are coming off the stage and are heading into the studio, into the media tent. We'll be talking with them one by one. So keep it locked right here on RichieBRadio.com. And with my partners in tow, New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania, all courtesy of RoadblockRadio.com. They're on 101.1 on the FM band, HD3. Last night, I got so many messages out of the tri-state area. I don't know if G City got as many as I did, but definitely people are listening, G, and people are loving what we're doing. So hats off to you. Maximum respects. Good night, Neville. Burtis Bell, how are you, sir? You don't have to stay that far, you know. we do have television cameras, although we're not on television per se. Neville Burtis Bell, my brother, how are you?
Can't complain, man. What a nice time I'm having now because I see you.
Yes, we're bridging like that.
Well,
We're some bridging.
All right.
As you would say.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, we're all right, man. Last night was good. Were you here?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Doing some work. Yeah.
Yes.
Enjoyed it.
And tonight is going to be another great night, Neville.
I think so. I
Yes.
think so.
Any particular artist you're looking forward to?
Yeah, man. Beresford.
Without a doubt.
All of them.
Yes.
I'm here to see everyone.
Yeah, man.
And I don't want to say I'm surprised because the reason they are here would suggest that they have plenty quality. But
Yes.
sometimes I kind of go, I never know him that good.
Yes.
I'm not talking about Barry. So
No,
I'm talking
certainly
about
not.
The other artists. So yeah, I enjoy this.
Yeah, man. I think we have to commend the promoters for what they're doing with this festival. Do you think the rain might have affected the turnout in any way whatsoever? Because to be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to look at the crowd last night. I was domiciled in here. But even what happened last night and what you're expecting tonight, you think the weather might have impacted in any way whatsoever?
Last night was jam-packed.
Jam-packed.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the mud wasn't easy to navigate
through.
but last night was jam-packed. And I think you get your foot kind of muddy, you move on after that. You know?
Right.
You try not to, and then when you realize you can't help it, and you
Yes,
move on. But
yes.
no, man, last night was jam-packed, and I think tonight
Okay. It will be bigger.
a lot of people want to see Mr. Edmund.
Yes, Babyface.
A lot of people want to see Barris.
Yeah,
you know?
without a doubt.
Yeah, man.
Neville, it's great seeing you, man. You've been doing this for a long time, and you show no signs of easing up. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
when I grow up, I want to be like you.
When I grow up, I want to reach like. Thanks for
Always a lot of humor. Neville, big up yourself.
Blessings.
Every time. All right, that's Neville Burtis Bell, a well-known television personality and another good friend of mine. He's on TVJ and has been there for many years doing the program Smile Jamaica. And always pleasant to run into those colleagues of mine and, chit-chat, hobnob, and match notes, and to see them at work and to get their endorsement. It's a good feeling. And we take those things very, very personally and very seriously. All right, thank you for tuning in once again on RichieBRadio.com. We go for several hours beyond this point. Keep it locked. What you want is what you get, and what you get is more than you bargained for. We're going to take a break, and we have some commercials. Is it commercials? Yeah. Okay, we're going to get some commercials up in here while Richie Rainford is going to get a few messages from some of our sponsors. I want to take time to thank once again my sponsors, and these are Down Sound Entertainment, Caribbean Airlines, H&L Rapid True Value. Yeah, I Jaman, big up. We also want to thank VP Records, Rooter King Plumbers from Atlanta, Georgia, the Pandemic Records family, of course, Ward's Power Tools and Supplies, Tony Ward's Auto and Service Center, Sea Garden Beach Resort, Toby's Resort, and Richie B's Liquor Center. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back after these messages. Richie, take it away.